Hello everyone and welcome to the next personal vlog here at Memories by Wayne. First, a quick Stuffie update. Let's start on the Lilo and Stitch side. Definitely some new additions here. We have an Easter Stitch, a Christmas Stitch, an Angel. That is new. I actually got that during my trip to Disney World this year. We have another Christmas Stitch, another Easter Stitch, and another Easter Stitch. My wife likes to get me the Easter stitches. And then we have some of the smaller stitches down here. Got one with a flower. This guy is fairly new. This is sort of a anime looking stitch. Of course, we also have Lilo. We have this little Ohana thing that I picked up during the 2018 trip to Disney World over at the Polynesian Resort. This little glass figure stitch, and this stitch, and of course, Angel. And if we go in the middle row, we have another kind of weird looking stitch here. And of course, probably one of my favorites here in the collection, Scrump. And on to my general collection here. Now, both the Lilo and Stitch collection and my generalized collection has been rearranged quite a bit to make room for everything. One of my most recent additions would be Anxiety from Inside Out 2. Just got her not too long ago at our local Walmart. Absolutely love her. Love the fuzzy hair. And the rest of these you may have seen before. We got Jeffrey. Picked him up during, I think, my Woodfield trip to the Macy's Toys R Us. Donatello. Sonic. Baymax. Tails. Here is my Bucky's, just a regular old Bucky's. The girl from Wow Wow Websy. Kind of a deep cut here, but hopefully some of you will remember him. The Laser Puppy from Star vs. Forces of Evil. One of the last sort of Disney Channel, Disney XD shows I was actually into. A little Donatello. The Red Panda from Turning Red. Of course, we have Olaf with Snow Geese. We're going to get back to this young lady here in a minute, but I'll talk about a deep cut. Rufus from Kim Possible. Probably my oldest Stuffie here. The Red Lobster from Friends. My wife bought me that. Pascal from Tangled. Blue's Clues. And I think we got most of that covered. Bruni from Frozen 2. I had to look up his name, forgot that. And these three, the two Tinkerbells and Scuttle from Little Mermaid, are both my wife's. My wife's Yoda, or I guess Baby Yoda, I don't know. Not really a franchise I follow. Sleeping Stitch on my nightstand. And hiding behind this picture is another Stitch, one of my newest Stitches. Unfortunately, I was not able to make room for with the others. But this is pretty cute as well. He is winking and is holding a pineapple. And we'll head into the basement real quick to show you a few of these. We have this cute guy with a heart. An Illinois Stuffie with the Illinois coin. A Shakespeare Stitch. And two of the original Lilo and Stitches that I ever owned. Yeah, some of these are dating back from before I moved out of Northlake. I love Ohio, because you bet I do. I've had him for a long time. I actually dug him out of the Northlake box some time back. My little ode to Elmer's College here. Cat Dog and Hey Arnold hanging out most appropriately. Stitch keychain on top of this little Lilo and Stitch Animators collection. This box lunch replica of the Lilo and Stitch VHS. My Lake Geneva Stuffie. A little Stitch thing from the Tokyo Disney Resort that a coworker bought me. We have O from the movie Home, and then we have my little Kim Possible shrine. I have discussed this before, but I still have her original Chewy doll. That is awesome. Quite a collector's item, and probably one of my favorite Stuffies ever. And then I had her sign when I met her at that girly shop in Woodfield. I had her sign this picture, and then she also signed the cover of her album. Coco Moon, a friend sent me. This goes back to the old Save Kim Possible, Save Disney Shows days, a whole era of my life. A friend associated with that organization sent me the Kokomo thing. That was put together during a Kim Possible fan meetup thing in California where they met Bob and Mark. Got the little talking Kim Possible. And I believe it still works.
Hey, Wade, what up? Please and thank you. So not the drama. Rupert, you rock. Hey, Wade, what up?
Isn't that awesome? And since we're down here anyway, we can do a quick run through of the magnets. I've shown this before in videos and shorts. Not much has changed from this fridge. And then basically all the new magnets I get are being put on this fridge. So there are some spoilers for videos you haven't seen yet. So if you really want to, you can close your eyes for a couple of minutes. Towards the top, though, are definitely places you've already seen on the channel, hopefully. But now we're definitely getting into spoiler territory. And I also got to point out that not all these places I have visited. Some have been given to me by coworkers, now that the word has gotten out that I collect magnets. Like all these national park ones have been given to me by one particular coworker. Safe to say I have never been to Cancun, and I have never been to Reno. This magnet is probably the most significant to me because it was given to me by my cousin that is no longer with us. You can go back to my last Delavan Lake Resort videos where I discuss that a little bit. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. We gotta talk about this little blue dress beauty here. Rebecca Parham from Let Me Explain Studios on YouTube. One of my 4 Parasocial Crushes. Parasocial Crush. Now what the heck is that? Well, growing up, yeah, I thought this girl was cute, that girl was cute. I had plenty of crushes on my female peers back in Northlake. I, of course, was too shy to ask any of them out. I didn't even ask a girl out until my senior year of high school. That's hard for me to admit, but it's true. You know, I see this and that girl on TV. Yeah, she's cute, but I was never the type of kid to just want to get in a relationship with someone just because I thought they were cute. I definitely was the type of person that if someone had asked me out, I would have said yes, not a problem. And I did that a few times. And some of those I kind of regret. That's a story we don't need to go into, but it wasn't just always about the looks. And that's why in my life, I could say I've only had probably 4 parasocial crushes, because just not any ordinary girl who I thought was cute on TV. Only 4. They have to have kind of a special connection to me to qualify for that. The first was Anna Chlumsky. And you're like, who? Beta. The main girl from My Girl. I was pretty young when that movie came out, but that was right about the period where I started to transition from girls got cooties to, you know, girls are kind of cute. Just started to have my sort of first grade school crushes. And again, 3 out of the four of my crushes were long before the term parasocial ever existed, and social, the term, was a lot different than it is today. And Anna really was nothing more than a crush. She was just the first girl that I had a crush on that didn't know I existed. Hence the term parasocial. Because again, if you're not aware, the whole parasocial relationship is what kind of applies to your crushes on social media influencers today. So if any of you had a crush on me, it would be a parasocial relationship. No, actually, it's not the case, because as long as you comment and I know you exist, I consider you my friend. So you don't have to call me your parasocial friend. Please don't do that. You're my friend. Just comment on a few videos. I'm going to remember you. I'm going to chat with you. You're my friend from that point on. So, and if you leave enough comments, eventually I'll put you on the Wayne Squad playlist down the bottom of the homepage on my channel. So that's Anna, and then, or Anna. Actually, I'm not really sure which one. But the next one is a big one. Again, we're still in the 90s. This is before social media was really a thing. Larissa Oleynik. Another one you're probably like, who? And honestly, I don't blame you. You probably would not know her unless you were a 90s Nick kid. But she is the girl, the main girl from The Secret World of Alex Mack. She was a girl that did her little blobby morph thing and shot lasers and stuff out her finger. She was my big crush for a long, long time. And I mean, she's still beautiful. Anna's still beautiful for my girl. I follow a page or a profile that claims to be her. She like responds to people on the social media thing. It's cool. I never would have thought I'd be interacting with her, but she seems really cool. And I had a huge crush, long time, Larissa Oleynik, throughout the 90s into 2000s. And really, it wasn't until the third came along in the mid 2000s, which some of you may know, may have gotten an idea of it if I haven't mentioned it in a previous video or short. But then again, now to think about it, I just gave you guys a huge hint earlier in the video. Christy Carlson Romano, the voice of Kim Possible. Yes, for the little shrine that I have set up in my tool room over there. Yeah, Christy Carlson Romano, the voice of Kim Possible. Again, everyone we spoke of so far, you might think, oh, well, that's a young person. We're all about the same age. It's all just the time period when I had the crush. But we're all more or less the same age. Christy Carlson Romano, yeah, she was a big crush of mine. I loved Kim Possible. Disney Channel of that era was too old to like Disney Channel of that era or Kim Possible, but there was many of us adults who were part of the same Kim Possible and Save Disney show groups. And it was us adults who were too old for that cartoon that saved it, really, and got that season 4. So I did meet her twice. In Chicago in 2005, I met her at Club Libby Lou. I couldn't remember the name of the place earlier, but Club Libby Lou at Woodfield Mall. Met her there. And in 2006, less than a year later, she came back to Chicago and had a Disney-related concert with a few other stars at the time. I don't remember who, but she sang some songs. It was at the pavilion that replaced Mix Field. I can't even think of the name of it now, but I went down there with my cousin and her younger kids, so I had it out there that I was going with them, but I also met Christy Carlson Romano, so I met her twice, and I'm very, very lucky for that. I know some huge Kim Possible fans that never had the opportunity to meet her. She's a mom now to 2 kids and married and all that, but at the time she was single, but, you know, even though I did technically meet her twice, I'm still going to call her my parasocial crush. I highly doubt she remembers me at this point. So. And then finally, there's Rebecca Perrin from Let Me Explain Studios. Now, while the previous 3 are all very close to my age, she's a little bit younger, I believe. She's still an adult. Now, I kind of started to get on the whole cartoony YouTube video trend with Swoozie originally, many years ago, and over the recent few years, I started following other channels like Alex Clark. He's got that poster up there. Illymation, and Let Me Explain Studios. I might be missing a few others. And yeah, I kind of have a little bit of a crush on real life Rebecca Parham, not the little kid cartoon character, not weird like that, but real life Rebecca Parham. She does show her face once in a while. Now, I love my blondes. I married a blonde, but I just don't think brunettes get enough credit. And I just don't know what it is, but I really feel like if we were going to high school or going to college together, I would totally ask her out. You know, I would definitely be interested in her. That's the best way I could put it. I've had a lot of Beccas in my life. It definitely comes with the territory being the generation that I am. I even had a Rebecca girlfriend. I had a best friend that was a Becky, and then, like I said, I dated a Becky. So, my best lady friend in college, and who is still one of my best friends today, she was a theater geek, much like Rebecca. And I don't know, but I feel like us computer geeks and theater geeks, music geeks, we're kind of compatible, right? So yeah, I did buy her Stuffie, but it was actually on a really good sale, because I still love sales. So she had a really good sort of holiday sale. Grabbed that Stuffie. I have mentioned that in a previous short. So yeah, there's my 4 parasocial crushes. Girls that I like that don't know I exist. And I think it's a pretty good list. And I guess Rebecca kind of knows I exist. I posted an Instagram picture when I got that doll, and she liked it, so it's something. And one final thing I want to point out, no matter if I have 1K subscribers, 2K, 10K, or 100K, as long as you leave me a few comments, I know you exist. Well, I was planning on ending the video here, but in the process of editing it, she popped up in a dream. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Rebecca Parham, Let Me Explain Studios, popped up in one of my dreams. And no, not that kind of dream. Get your mind out of the gutter. And even if I did have that type of dream, I would not be telling you in public. It was actually a really interesting dream, and it got me thinking about some follow-ups to this video, as well as fan meetups in general. Now, unfortunately, it's really hard for me to remember details about my dreams, but what I can remember is we were in some sort of school setting. Some sort of event or something like that. Yeah, just some typical school. And I spotted her there. Of course, I was surprised to see her, a little nervous. But I did approach her and say hi. And then at some point, we just started casually having a one-on-one conversation for quite a while. I don't know, we were talking about YouTube. Interestingly enough, she was telling me about some like secret book project that she had going. Why she decided to confide with me in that, I don't know. Yeah, we were just having this chill one-on-one conversation with each other. You know, it was kind of funny, but it was really cool too. And, you know, kind of got me thinking, among all of the 4 crushes that I mentioned, I think I would feel the most comfortable talking and hanging out with her. Which then got me thinking a little bit more about online personalities and how you can only really get to know someone so much online. You only get to know the personality they put out there. You are only seeing the personality that I am putting out there. As I've mentioned many times now on this channel, my number one mission, goal on this channel is to put my most truest self out there. Genuine me, all my genuine interest, and I hope you appreciate it. And as I've been editing this video, I just wanted to clarify that, yeah, I have no clue if Rebecca would, and I'm not just talking about like me, even as a friend. Maybe she's not into computer geeks. I have no idea. I only see the Rebecca that she puts out there on YouTube. The chance of me ever meeting her in just a sort of casual environment like that is pretty much close to none. My only chance probably ever to meet her would be at VidCon, which then got me thinking about fan meetups, something I've been talking about a little bit here and there now, and some of my videos, how I really want to kind of start meeting some of you guys in person. And then I kind of started to think about my one sort of celebrity meetup that I've ever done, and that would be the Midwest Vintage Computer Festival, where I met Clint from LGR and David from the 8-Bit Guy, and how awkward that felt to me. It's really my introverted personality, but I didn't really have to wait into too much of a line or anything to meet either of them. But then you greet them, you say your typical hi, how are you sort of thing, and then you got your 5 seconds or so to think of your really cool, smart thing you want to say to them. And I kind of froze up. With Christy Carlson Romano, when I met her the first time, I had a good out because I had a little time to think about it. And of course, the first thing I went to was like, hey, I'm part of this group called Save Kid Possible, and we're working to save your show. And she thought that was kind of cool and everything. So that was a nice little conversation piece. But like with with Clint and David, I was like, and we're both kind of, all of us were these sort of computer geeky people, and probably none of us were the best conversationalists. And I get it, you're at a big show like that, you've been there for a couple days, and you've been talking to people all day, and also been talking to people who are a lot smarter about computers than you are. I'm a measly little peon computer geek compared to them. And all of that then kind of got me thinking about how I want to have my fan meetups, and how I want to make sure when this does happen, I'm not going to be presenting at any festivals anytime soon. I'm not going to be part of any panels or anything like that. I just got to 1K subscribers. I got to give me a little bit of time here. And this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. Well, before the Rebecca Perrin dream, but what can I do to make the meetup, the conversation between me and whoever who greets me eventually one day, more comfortable for them? Because I think, in my opinion, as the YouTuber, someone who greets you, it is my responsibility to make sure the conversation flows well, which is, going to be a general challenge for me as an introvert anyway. But what can I do? What kind of questions can I ask? How can I interact and engage with them so they feel comfortable? What can I do to make the conversation flow better? And I have a lot of ideas. And this one-off chance encounter that I hopefully will have one day is completely different than what Clint and David went through. Totally understandable, and I don't blame them in one bit when you're talking to hundreds of people throughout a 2-day period. And then going back again to that random dream with Rebecca, it really got me thinking about the type of situations that I may be meeting people, and others will hopefully eventually be meeting me. And everyone's situation will be different. I am more than happy to have that one person who's just walking by and sees me at a McHenry Park and says, "Hi, Wayne." That'd be awesome. That's all I really want in the end. But it was really the relaxed atmosphere of us just chilling at this random school that made me feel real comfortable talking to Rebecca, I think. Which then leads me back to probably the only chance I'll ever have to meet Rebecca would be at a VidCon. When you're basically waiting in line to meet someone, and then you got your 10 seconds to get a selfie and say hi real quick, and that high pressure situation
They need to come up with something, kind of like I felt at that vintage computer festival, you know? Because honestly, if by some chance, let's say Clint and David invited me out to dinner. You're like, hey, come join us after this convention's over. We're going to hang out at Applebee's. I probably could have thought of a ton more things to say to them and ask them. No doubt on that. But it's that pressure of that sort of convention atmosphere and my introverted personality where, it is hard in general for me to have small talk, and then to come up with something that quick like that. Which is why, for whoever meets me, I believe I have a responsibility to make the situation comfortable for you. And I'm going to probably end up asking you more questions about you than you're going to ask about me. Hey, what are your favorite videos? What do you enjoy about my channel? What do you not like about my channel? If I'm in McHenry, do you have any history with the town? Anything you want to know about me? And hopefully have a good one-on-one back and forth conversation, Now, obviously, I know that not everyone is going to want to hang out with me at Starbucks. But, obviously, you're probably going to get the best conversation from me if we're just kind of chilling like that, A lot of it will probably be the quick, hi, Wayne, and then move on. And that is perfectly okay as well. I've been talking with a very special friend, a big supporter of the channel, and we've discussed things like doing official meetups, that I should sign up for the actual meetup site, have big group events, and, I think I'm just not quite ready for that. I don't think I'd have a fan base, if you want to call it that, subscriber count where, that's going to be very practical. Yeah, I could do the meetup things that are related to certain things that I like nature walks and stuff like that. But I don't think the group meetups are really for me yet as far as the channel goes. I think I'm going to stick with hopefully get the one-on-one encounters, and hopefully as my channel grow, people will, reach out to me and say, hey, I'd kind of be interested to hang out with you at this festival, McHenry or whatever. Are you going to be there? And that's the kind of thing I think I want to go for now. All right, I am going to officially end this video here now. Stay tuned. The next video is also going to be a personal video. That is where we are doing a full review of the My Arcade Atari Game Station Pro. Yeah, the crazy unboxing video that got me 1K subscribers. I do a, best I can call it, full review of the product as a thank you to all of you that subscribed because of that video and got me over the 1K subscribers. I was originally going to do that as part of this video as well, but once I saw the length of this previous portion, I realized that was never going to happen. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And hey, maybe one day I will see you in person.